through that back room that I showed you. Okay? Awesome. So now you guys saw the entire cute. So if you'd like to take a seat, I'll go through some images to kind of paint the picture as to how the guest experience would be like.
Christy, you have any questions?
Now this is a beautiful wedding we did. This kind of matches the color palette that you're steering
It
towards.
does, it does. I did see this online. Now, is that like a special venue that comes out and does the gold?
Great question. So this is a physical dance floor that was brought in,
Okay.
and the client wrapped it in a vinyl sticker.
Okay.
So this is just to add some dimension onto the main floor. But keep in mind, if you look at the main space, we don't have carpeting like a hotel ballroom does.
Right.
So you don't necessarily need a dance floor.
Right.
Completely, entirely up to you. Okay? So as I mentioned before, once your guests arrive, the curtains will be completely closed, so the guests have no idea what's happening in the main space. Now keep in mind, every wedding is so different. So I'm going to show you images from past weddings, and every single one is so incredibly different in terms of the color palette, the lighting design, the decor. So you'll see how dynamic the space can become. Okay? So once the guests arrive, let's say you may want to have a welcome cocktail prior to the ceremony. Now let's plan, I'll show you what we would do if we were to have a ceremony outside. Okay? And as mentioned before, the guests will be ushered up the staircase right here. We do have that elevator just in case. And the guests would cross the mezzanine to go outside for your ceremony. When the curtains are closed, we still can't see what's happening from the second floor. Okay? Now, ceremony outside. Now I'll show you a series of different ceremonies just to give you an idea how we can dress up the space, dress down the space, and create an aesthetic that reflects your taste and of course your budget. It's beautiful, right? Now this is about 160 guests. Here they chose to get married on ground level, and they had all of the groomsmen on ground level as well. Another option is to line up your groomsmen as I showed you before, and the bridesmaids here. Now this photograph was taken right before the bridesmaids lined up. Now you see how white does really lend itself very nicely to the space, but our clients, whatever color palettes, whatever textures they want to bring in, it will lend itself very nicely to the space because the space is all white. Now we do have these clear acrylic ghost chairs in-house. Okay, we have a total of 200 of them. Now, I'm sure if you saw these chairs, we don't own these chairs. We would have to engage a furniture vendor to rent them.
Can you see Priscilla?
No. I'll show you this. These are more of the Victorian classical style ghost chairs. Obviously these are rented, but this reflects the couple's aesthetic that they were going towards. Whites and greens. It's stunning, right?
It is gorgeous. And the white canvas, it's just so pure.
This client had the white Chanel chairs. Very simple. They had 4 floral pillars, a metallic runner down the center, and very simple with decor. beautiful is that?
It is gorgeous.
Now, remember that room that I showed you? The door will open here. That's when the procession will begin. And that is, of course, when you will walk down the aisle, whether it's your mom walking down the aisle, your dad, a loved one.
Now that's an evening, so that could probably
Correct.
reduce the heat
Absolutely.
factor.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Because keep in mind, a daytime ceremony and an evening ceremony is completely different. So the start time of your event will determine the lighting that we're working with. If you're looking to get married in July or August, as you guys know, summer solstice is in the end of June. You have the longest days of the year. So the sun starts to set around 8 o'clock. So if you get married in July or August, to have an evening ceremony outside, you have to start the ceremony late, around 8 o'clock. Or you can get the best of both worlds and start the ceremony right at dusk, where you get daylight, and by the time the ceremony concludes, it's already evening.
And dusk falls at what, 7 or 6?
So July and August, it's late, like around, I want to say 7:45, 8. I would have to check. So it's completely, entirely up to you if you want to host a daytime or an evening ceremony. You see the difference?
Yes.
Ceremony with the full moon. Now, personally, the ceremony at dusk, right when the sun is setting, is absolutely stunning. This is something more on the organic side. But my personal favorite is daytime. It really makes the space just elegant and clean, like you mentioned.
Right.
Okay, these are the chairs that we do have in-house. They're very popular. Now, if we choose to have the ceremony inside, we certainly can. We're going to be fully air conditioned. It's going to be hot. Unless you guys are flexible with changing your date to maybe January or February. It's up to you. Because we can get very creative with the floor plans for your ceremony.
That's really pretty.
This couple chose to go the non-traditional route, which is the route that you like to go towards, and had a circular style seating for their ceremony. I don't want to give away the surprise because I know the other photos that you're looking at. You see how completely different it is?
Right. Wow. And it actually looks like a church. Just that kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
it's the illusion. It's almost cool. They've added those